This ain't Lumines Live, or Lumines, however you would pronounce it. This is Tetris, baby. It's classic Tetris, and what you're getting is your weekly dose of the Wednesday Warzone. That is the best of 99. This is season number 5. The ultimate season, pitting two absolute stellar rivals one-on-one for 99 times. It's Batfoy. It's Matt Martin. It's the rematch of the 2019 CTWC World Championship, the quarterfinal round, where that young man at the time was 16 years old, defeated the unknown virtuoso that we know and love today. The 2019 vibes are very strong these days. It's got that feel, it's got that vibe all year long, with a lot of the renaissance of the dash becoming prevalent once again. The return of Joseph Saylor, the classic Tetris, over in the monthly Tetris that we saw there. And you know what? I'm feeling even more nostalgic this evening because not only do I have my usual partner in crime, he got the week off last week because he had a well-deserved rest. Not really. We put him to work immediately the next day because he had to fly out to Hartford to hang out with me for the weekend at our local regional. Mr. Christopher Bidwell, a Lifetime Achievement Award winner for Classic Tetris, but I have a special guest as well that I mentioned just moments ago in the announcement ping that we're going to bring in another Lifetime Achievement Award winner, the two-time finalist of the Classic Tetris World Championship, and a player that has participated here in the best of 99. He knows how grueling it can be, especially when you're getting whooped by one of the best. Folks, it is Alex Katarukar. Alex, man, thanks for joining us tonight. What a special treat it is to have you here for the best of 99. I'm sure you're probably feeling pretty good that you're not doing the 99 this time because you know how grueling it can be, but maybe it's more of a treat that we get to watch these two outstanding players this year.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yes, definitely thank you for inviting me as a commentator where I can relax and watch some good Tetris rather than be in the hot seat and playing some good Tetris. That's definitely a harder position to be in. But yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, no, we're glad to have you here. And Bidwell, welcome back. You know, you had a very long weekend with the Hartford event that we had. It was our best one yet. Great players came out. A exciting semifinals that we got to see, and we saw a back-to-back champion there, and of course Dr. Mario over the weekend, where you got the sisters battling it out, right? We got the brothers in Classic Tetris, we had the sisters in Dr. Mario, right?
Yeah. That's a trend. It's kind of been a thing in Dr. Mario where the best players kind of have a training partner in real life, and those two have been going at it for years, and they had quite the war on Sunday, and in Cincinnati in November. I expect them to face each other again some point in that bracket late in the day.
Absolutely. So we'll look for that in the coming months. But obviously, guys, we have our eyes set on the Jonas Cup, much like these two players have, Batfoy and Matt. So Bids and I have been watching them all summer long going at it. It's been basically a war of attrition, and really in the first 8 rounds, Bidwell, you can surmise that they have been like neck and neck the whole entire way.
Been the closest best of 99 yet, but Matt just seems to just have that edge, and I guess I didn't miss much last week. It was kind of a repeat where Matt took a commanding lead and actually won the night and then won 3 games late. So he doesn't have that killer mentality to like put Batfoy quite away, but Batfoy kind of can flip the tables at any one of these weeks and hopefully kind of narrow this gap. This is I don't remember the exact number, but it's still awfully close considering we're at week 8.
Oh, without question. No, I mean, he still has a chance. Tonight is a huge night for Batfoy. He must find a way to really turn the table. A 5-4 win can help, but at this point, Bidwell, it's got to be leaps and bounds, right? He's got to take big chunks as much as he can. Only 4 rounds left to go, including tonight. So it's going to be a very, very difficult task. Alex, you've been in the hot seat before where you've been trying to chase Jeff the whole entire way. And, you know, it got to a point where, you know, he kind of just ran with it. As we get to these later part of the stage here, what was part of your mindset knowing that even though Jeff kind of had it in the bag at that point, what was the driver for you to keep going and giving it your all?
I think you just got to treat every game as its own thing and just keep trying to put up wins, right? Even if the win looks insurmountable, you're trying to see if you can take a night or see if you can take more games to try to put up a better total in the end. Yeah, because across the whole season of 99 games, you might already be looking on the downside of things, but every night is a new night to try to put something up.
Absolutely. So that's what Batfoy's got to be looking forward to. And I've been looking forward to maybe hearing some words of wisdom coming from you a little bit. But let's head on over, folks. It is the Best of 99 season number 5. Batfoy, Matt Martin about to get underway. So thanks for all of you for joining. We're going to have some outstanding games. This will be games number 64 to 72. We are rounding third base, man. We're getting close to the finish line here. So let's go over the rules for some of you that maybe for the first time. You haven't been here for the last 7 weeks. Welcome in Teresa Y over on YouTube and maybe a few others. If it's your first time watching what the Best of 99 is all about, well, here's how it goes. This is the house rules. Each week for 11 weeks, we play a round of 9 games. So 11 times 9 will tell you it is 99. All games are to be played on level 18 starts throughout. Games with a top-out score under 100,000 points will be replayed. We call that the Louis Scooey rule. So that way players are kind of forced to try to get past that threshold. We don't want to see any early top-outs, some really favorable gifts. We want to make sure people are earning those wins. Mullining is permitted at the discretion of each player, and by all means, Matt Mullen, we start calling him that, right? Matt Mullen, because that's what he's been doing. Matt Martin, has been really taking advantage of that rule throughout. So, definitely we want to see if they can continue to score, as he does have the highest score of all time in the Best of 99. And the first player to reach 50 wins the Best of 99 overall. However, as Alex will tell you, we do still play all 99 games regardless. So the grind continues for these two players. And the grind is here. You can see the schedule so far, Best of 99. If we started back on July 23rd, we've been running roughshod. We did take 1 week off to kind of give the players a little bit of a break. And then we are looking to just finish off strong here in the final 4 rounds, the final 4 weeks. So we got tonight, September the 17th, will be round number 8, and then our final 3 rounds, September 24th, October the 1st, and the grand finale on October the 8th. Will be 1 week before the Jonas Cup. Man, that is really exciting. And as we kind of talked about, gentlemen, you can see here, it's 5-4 every single time. I've never seen a scoreline like this. Bids over the 5 seasons that we've done this, we've seen 9-0s, we've seen 8-1s, 7-2s, and 6-3s. But look at all those 5-4s. How crazy is that to see in this stage of the game?
It's amazing. It's booked well. Frankly, the way Batfoy's played, it should be closer than it is. A couple of those could have been flipped easily, but let's see what happens in these last 4 weeks. I think that a chunk of this lead might go away before we reach our finale.
Indeed. So we'll see what happens. Tonight is a crucial night for Batfoy to try to make it happen. And, sometimes when things are really crucial, we need to figure out what kind of words of wisdom do we get. Bidwell has been doing an amazing job each and every week he's been on. We didn't have any keys to victory last week, Bidwell, because Vince was here and he had nothing to say. So what a shock. But, the King brings in the A-list team. We've got Bidwell back, and we have our other Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Alex Kataru Kerr, as mentioned, 2-time finalist of the World Championships. I think he has a few things that maybe he has in store for these guys. Alex, give us your keys to victory for Batfoy first.
Yeah, to Batfoy, I would suggest just keep in mind, hope is not lost. There's still 4 weeks to go. Just keep at it. You guys got to keep the battle going on, keep on fighting every round to try to outlast Matt. A lot of these rounds have been close. If you're looking at 5-4s, just flip more of those 5-4s the other way, or if you can put up a 7-2 of your own, you can, start to match that and, chip away at that lead. Just take one game at a time and just focus in on making the best result every time, and that's how you can turn it around.
And let's go see what you got in store for our friend Matthew Martin, the virtuoso of Classic Tetris.
Yeah, and then for Matt, his focus is going to be to stay in charge of this. He's kind of got the snowball starting to grow, and the point is going to be to keep that snowball growing until it turns into an avalanche. Know your limits, though. You can't get too aggressive. You still got to be able to put up every game as strong as possible to keep keep the pressure on and not let Batfoy get back into the series. But like I was saying, we're talking about turning this snowball into an avalanche. The magic number to win the series is 13. So, if you put up another couple of those, 7-2, 6-3 games, this could be over and done with in the next one or two shows. So that's going to be the key to victory.
Absolutely. Those are some wise keys there. And not for nothing, Alex, but that is one giant key, as Titrus has mentioned there. I do like how you're holding. You're holding it like a true champion here. Bidwell, he's got his own way of holding keys there, and kind of looks a little goofy. So
I feel like I'm holding it like a baseball bat or like a mace or something.
yeah. You know what? Swing for the fences, because those keys, I think, are absolutely stellar, and hopefully our players will take that advice tonight. All right, there are the heroes, and it is now time for the game. Players, you have the seed in there. It is in the chat for you, so go ahead and get it inserted. It is 33F83A. Will be the seed for tonight. Both of you have been excellent in the seed management, so all I gotta do is just give it to you, and then you handle it the rest of the way. So it is 33F8 for Fate, 3A for absolutely electric matches, we're gonna say.
Should be easy to remember the first two digits too, so that's a nice plus.
33 is a very good number for sports there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, folks. It is game time. Players are ready to go. Alex, you're the guest here. I'm going to have you do the first countdown of the evening. We're playing with Nestor's Champs tonight, folks. So it is really good to see that. We count it down from 5. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
As we can see, folks, we have the same piece sequence. The long bar Z combo, or was the Z long bar first? Either way, they're playing with the same piece. You can see that folding right there. A lot of white and red going on to start. Here we go. Excited. So, Bids, Alex, you guys, both Lifetime Achievement Award winners. I'm going to let you guys do some comms here. King will just produce a little bit. I'll get things under control. Chat away and give the folks the lay of the land here.
It's not really a mistake. It's just Batfoy leaving that open Ghost Mino in column 5. He's not going to uncover it. So if you call that a mistake, that's the first little micro advantage for Matt Martin.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to try to avoid early burns, it seems like there's a little bit of a tricky time trying to clean that back up. Although I think now they can sort of build over on it on row 1. Meanwhile, Matt is up by the better part of a Tetris to begin with, but I think that Batfoy has a pretty good chance of cleaning this up and starting to clear some Tetris on top. There's one.
Notice in recent years the trend with the rollers especially is to keep that Tetris stack off of height 1 and build slightly dirty Tetrises there, but looks like Batfoy's going to clean that up. It's kind of amazing how maybe not amazing, but how a lot of the players will copy each other's strats on those little micro details throughout the entire scene.
Yeah, definitely. Like, being able to platform a Tetris up is a good way to keep the efficiency up until you're ready to clean it. Rather than like dig a bunch of singles, you're trying to minimize that. So if you can, build some Tetrises on top and then get that one single later, that's a good way to keep the scoring efficiency going.
It just kind of shows you that the competition is so good, and you have to be aggressive, and you want, like I said, that efficiency is so key that players are actively fighting against burning to maintain or have any kind of advantage over the high quality of the state of the scene today. Like, players are so good that you just can't give away lines anymore. Like the old days, it might have been, in your and Jonas's day, it was more important to survive because most players would top out well before level 29, but that's not a given anymore. So it's keeping that efficiency up more than anything, and rather than survival.
Yeah, definitely. And we've been seeing great moves from both players on that. Like, I saw Batfoy was, not giving up, stacking up high until there was an opportunity to take a triple instead of, taking lines and lines. Doing a triple up at the top is, great for DAS style play. Similarly, I'm seeing, overhangs and tricks on both sides of the field. Both players are trying to do as much as they can to avoid burns and just, play with the pieces as they've got them and go from the next Tetris when it comes up.
One thing I didn't get from last week's stats is we have that 100,000 point threshold, and that Martin especially has been very good. I think he's only, I don't know about last week, but only like 2 times this season he's gotten under 100,000 points, which if he can maintain that for the rest of the season, that would be a record. And obviously this first game here, they both passed that up. So it's kind of one of the little things I've been noticing this season is just how good they are at not having those false start type games.
For the record,
Right, yeah.
Bidwell. Yeah, for the record, Bidwell. Matt did have a false start last week, so.
Oh no, Matt!
He was the only one. Batfoy went perfect in last week's event. So Matt has 3 for the season. Batfoy, I believe, is at 4 at the moment. But still, remarkable. I think it's the lowest that we've seen so far.
Chucky's record was 6 last year, or was it 4?
6 or 7, yeah.
6. Okay, yeah. So he's still on pace to beat that, assuming there isn't a bad week here. 761 point difference.
Yeah, I think, Batfoy has kind of been able to catch up a little bit. There was, like, the start, like you said, like, looked a little bit rocky, but I think been in the driver's seat since then, just like a little bit ahead. It's looking pretty good.
So this is the danger of the center well for Matt Martin. It's started to lose a little bit. You have to maintain 2 separate stacks, basically, and it's kind of easy to lose control of both of them, and that's kind of what's happened here, and he's going to start to fall more behind.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword. Yeah, definitely harder to keep 2 halves stable. It's like you have like narrower sides, so it's harder to work with.
Batfoy's T-spin game is on point tonight, and he's got the 1 Tetris Plus lead, and we are approaching transition. And one of the other things that Martin has been kind of stressing is getting those 600,000 point games. He's been mulling to get those. And I don't know what the results were again last week, but I know he had a pretty high percentage and was probably rivaling Sharky's numbers from last year.
I'm liking Matt's stack. He has done a good job of getting it back into a solid, right side well there.
558 transition Batfoy, great score. 529 for Matt Martin. And Matt, the one deficiency Batfoy's had has been his control in level 19. Lots of overshifts, undershifts. But nails the spin there, so he is on point tonight. And if he can maintain this, he could take this game number 1 here.
Yeah, it's looking good for both players, both surviving the transition in. Ooh, nice little adjust there to compensate for the pieces. That looked dangerous, but I think that was the right move. I think Matt did a good job of accommodating, and then also, getting the lucky line bar there to fill that dependency before it became a problem.
Might have been just one of those panic moments. He realized he didn't have DAS and just played it down the middle.
Yeah, sometimes you just see how either the DAS or the piece sequence is looking, and you kind of go for something else. I think it worked out, though.
Taking a second safety triple here. He's behind a Tetris and a half. There's a third, but keeping that board health is critical.
Another triple.
There's
yeah.
a fourth. Just
there's the Tetris.
Like, well, 12,000 point difference, and that's the difference. So you see that, hole in Batfoy's board, and he's putting more weight on it with that square.
Yeah, and Matt's passed him up.
That seat. 3 wide hole on 2, 3, and 4 for Matt, so he's going to go this route to fill that in.
Ooh. I think Batfoy was trying to avoid using that T for the underhang, but then he got the wrong, SZ scenario. So now he's back in a mess. Waited a little too long to fill that overhang. Oh no, DAS control.
Needs a line here in column 8.
Yeah.
An 8,000 point difference. Whoever gets their border control first. This is a dirty setup for Matt Martin. Just keeping it that high. Oh, this will be amino short. My bad. So interesting. It's a race to get clean.
Yeah, it looks like Batfoy is like trying to maybe. Oh no, he's going down still. He got a good double. It was hard to tell whether he's building up the sides for going for skims or if he was going to try to make a center well if it came up. But I think he's just going to build off of one. Ooh, dependency.
On 27. Dirty Tetris from Batfoy. Now 10,000 points ahead. Batfoy has the slight advantage in lines as we approach 29. 1,400 point difference. What a banger to start.
Yeah, I saw that Matt kind of got stuck with the eye dependency. It, almost turned into a dirty Tetris, but ended up being a triple. So they're just barely hanging on to the lead here. But Batfoy in trouble too.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He
He
hung
hung.
over.
Oh my goodness!
What a game one though. 1.5 Tetris win for Matt Martin all the way to the end. Let's keep that up, guys.
Excellent run. Yeah, good game.
What a finish. Not for nothing, Bidwell, but that was basically the match. Those games is what we saw last week. Bangers like that where they're both getting to 800K late in the game. Crazy finishes at the end to determine it. They're just picking up where they left off. For the record, Bidwell, you were asking, transitions as far as Matt was concerned. 8 out of 9 of the games last week, he got over 600K. The only dud was his last game with the early top out of 200K. So again, Matt Martin just continues the consistency. Batfoy, another stellar game. This time he's on the short end. We're ready for game number 2. Bids, I'm going to have you count this one down.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, the point of these is, a warm-up for now the Jonas Cup. And you play like that in Portland, Oregon, against live competition, you're going to go far, both these players. And their games have both improved. That consistency has gone way up since week 1. Still waiting for that first max out from Batfoy. We're all excited. We know it's going to happen.
It's early days to begin on this one. Alex, let me get your thoughts here real quick as we're just getting this one underway. So, in 2019, Batfoy made a big splash. He was very much well known in the online community at the time with his stellar play in CTM in the early days there. He was a Masters champion. They called it main event at the time, but he was a CTM Masters champion way back in the early days. He won his one and only in 2018. So he comes into 2019, he makes it to the semifinal. He gives this interview with Arda basically explaining that he's only playing like once a month, maybe a couple of hours here and there, nothing too crazy. And the crowd went like bonkers because they can't believe how outstanding the gameplay he put there and with so little time of practicing. But in reality, that was pretty much the case for many of you veterans out there where you weren't really training like it is today in the scene now. Could you kind of give us a little bit of, the thought process back then on why players weren't really playing as often and the change, that's happened over the course since 2019 that it's become common that people are really grinding more often than anything?
Yeah, I guess back then, I just feel like there was, even though CTM was kind of a thing then, I would say that for a lot of the veteran players at least, a lot of us weren't participating in tournaments aside from the main event in Portland. So we were definitely only kind of training, aside from what we would, normally just play casually, just around the time of the event. And I think, even just like a little bit here and there, like you can kind of get back into the swing of things pretty well. But I would say that definitely the standards changed over time too. Like I'm sure a lot more players are playing more often today to, I guess, raise the standards and raise the consistency of what they're working with, especially in the era of rolling. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it just goes to show like the difference in standard of play over the eras. the amount of practice that would be necessary.
Great a save on the sneeze there by Batfoy.
It's the little things that Bidwell notices, of course. 281 to 240, Batfoy with the trailing about 2 Tetrises here. Go ahead, Bidwell.
I say the prize money's got to be helpful too. Like you only really have the back in the day the one tournament a year that was really worth the stakes, but nowadays you're getting good prize money at all the regionals and obviously CTM putting up decent money for all their big tournaments as well. So a little bit of a real incentive there to keep your skills up sharp throughout the year.
Right. Yeah.
And we're 2 for 2, by the way, guys, on the stat that I care most about. That isn't really that important in the long run. It's kind of a sad stat, but I gotta cheer it on here anyway.
No, I think it's an important stat that you bring up all the time, Biz, because as Alex knows, that's one that maybe people take for granted as we get closer and closer to Jonas Cup coming on. Even though we're playing so many games, playing 99 of these. At the end of the day, it is the training ground. It is where you have to try to put your best foot forward and not have those games where you're just giving up. Because if you're at Jonas Cup and you're making it into the bracket and you're having a competitive match, there is no redo. You've got to play it through. And as we've seen in a DAS match, that no one's really ever out of it, right? You can easily come back quickly if your other opponent is struggling throughout. So we've seen that it is a good training montage here.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think when you're sitting there playing, even though that rule is there to kind of help with some of the variants, some of the weird stuff that can happen in the game of Tetris over the course of 99 games, as the player, you want to treat it like it's not there. You want to treat it like, okay, but I can't be falling back on that in any other scenario, or if I want to treat this as my training, I should be trying to be putting up the best game as I can every single time.
Nice little tuck there from Matt on the right there. Couple of 500s here is Bidwell. We are getting set for level 19. They are about 7 to 8 lines in the difference. Matt would probably try to get this board cleaned up before that.
Yeah, there's like a little bit more weight on that than you'd like. Oh, I missed the opportunity to get it with the double. Oh, but still making the way out.
Oh,
perfect. And he's out of it.
Batfoy's ahead by half Tetris here, just in the 19. This has been the difference between these two players. It's been a slight advantage to Matt Martin at level 19 speed. You can see how even they are at the 18 speeds.
Great scores to begin. We're on level 20 for both. Alex, we just saw that tremendous quick tap from Matt on level 19. If he misses that, it's game over for him.
Yeah, no, it was everything was looking down to the wire. When you make that transition, you got to make sure you have, the runway to get yourself back down into a safe position, and he had just enough to get those moves working.
Nice swim move for Matt to get that over to the left.
Ooh.
Needs a line. Starting to fall apart here for Matt Martin. He's not gonna be able to do it. Batfoy's gonna tie it up, but you know what, Matt? Let's mull this one out. This is max outable. As you can see, as I stutter that sentence out.
Yeah, that was a tricky position. I saw again some of those like last minute center of playfield adjustments to try to didn't get it over either. Yeah, that was a tricky situation for Matt. Trying to like leave the scenario open to be able to get something long over to the right side, being able to load DAS for later.
Well, there you go. It was an outstanding run right there for Bad, but he will take it. So we're tied up at 1. It's exactly what we need from him in order to try to keep this one close. It is 1-1 right now. Man, Bids and Alex, I feel like we're going to see another 5-4 again tonight. It's just the way the series has gone. Alex, you can count them down, starting with 5.
3, 2, 1, Tetris. We're getting a lot of Z overhang starts here to begin with.
Also a cheeky counter, Matt Martin pressing down for the number of games we have played.
Yeah. That's been his moniker all season. I think that's just to remind him that what game he's in exactly. He might lose count after, the gameplay. Oh my God, Bidwell, it's been fire already so far. So I mean, what we've seen here, Bids and Alex, is that as we're going along, in the past seasons of the best of 99, maybe we start to see players kind of start to feel that fatigue and the wear and tear. These guys have just gotten stronger and stronger. The games are getting better and better. I mean, the stamina level has got to be really good for both of them right now.
Well, these two are physically in shape, but obviously they're also mentally in shape. So kudos to both of them for it's a lot to do. Like everybody who's played at a regional, like just last weekend, King and I did our 1 hour fall sessions, and I think it's safe to say neither of us were scoring consistently, hitting 100,000 plus points every single game in a row. There was a lot of garbage games that we were giving up pretty quickly. So that's our caliber of play. So it's difficult to maintain that over a course of an hour and a half that these two have to do week in and week out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching, Batfoy's now out of this scenario, but he's lost a lot of scoring potential. There was sort of a situation where you had to decide what to do for an adjustment, and then sometimes your brain just kind of times out, and you kind of just, the piece lands in the middle, not really where you want it. But now he's back into good form. I feel like some of these movements, these overhangs, he's seeing good solutions, and he's going to need to find a lot of them to make up this scoring deficit. Down 76k right now. That's a good handful of Tetrises he's got to make up.
3 Tetris deficit, but they did get past 100,000 again, so we're 3 for 3 tonight.
And we're looking really good tonight as well, too. We've got all our streams going on. If you're watching the Classic Tetris channel, you're watching it on many platforms. We're on Twitch, Kick, we're on X, remarkably. I don't know how that happens, but it does. And then YouTube, which, of course, we've got a good fan out there. Lori H is out there. Welcome in, Lori. Good to see you. Usually hanging out with the CTM crew. But you're watching the Best of 99. This is season number 5 featuring Batfoy versus Matt Martin. They have been killing it, and they're getting stronger and stronger as the season has progressed. We are in round number 8. This is games number 64 to 72. So we're getting close to the end, where the final third is upon us. So right now, Matt Martin is leading the series going into tonight, 37 to 26. They have tied 1-1 here. Matt Martin inching closer, as Alex said in the pre-show. The magic number is down to 12. So if he has another strong night like he's had a couple of times this round, he could look to possibly close it out next week with a big win tonight. We'll see.
Well, Matt finally made a first micro mistake of this game, so now the lead's down to 3 Tetrises. But Batfoy's been playing pretty flawless since his opening foibles. The proper term of the word, foibles. But he's gonna knock another one down, and I love the close up of Batfoy's screen look too. It's just the deliberate eye look. It's almost cartoonish, almost like a villain in a Scooby-Doo cartoon, like moving his eyes.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of the animation of Doom Guy in the bottom in your head. It's got the eye looking around for where's the next demon around the corner.
Should fire up some classic DOS Doom music there, King, instead of
Well, we've got Tetris demons on our screens right now. They just keep on putting them up.
Amazingly, Batfoy feels like he's been playing clean, but Matt Martin somehow extending this lead. He's already about to break 500,000 at 110 lines.
Yeah, it's crazy how much damage one dig can do sometimes.
Now we got the classic double Mino hole on road 1. Speaking of cartoons, that always remind me of Homestar Runner at level 18. And let's say this is Batfoy's attempt, a chance to make up some ground, but he's having some cleanup issues as well. But name of the game is staying alive, getting to 19. And you got plenty of runway if something goes wrong after 19. I'm digging the center well play for Matt tonight. This is he's done it several times.
Yeah, perhaps he's doing it in homage of our Lifetime Achievement Award winner that's here right now, Mr. Alex Kataru Kerr. We've seen him use the center well during season number 3. But here we go. We got transitions now, gentlemen. Matt ahead by 60,000 points. Let's see if Batfoy can chase it down.
On to 60K,
Yeah.
so
I would say that we're seeing the risk of the center well. Sometimes it pays off. You're able to keep that efficiency going and you know, stay in the lead or you know, catch back up. But I think Batfoy's field was a little bit cleaner to start with. He's able to put a little bit more you know, close the gap a little bit more. The distance is not quite as great.
under 34,000. That's Tetris and change.
Oh,
Batfoy's in trouble here. Needs something right. Needs something right. Can he get it over? Get it over.
oh, but plugging the hole. Oh no.
Matt's gonna take it. He's gonna go for 600,000, I would imagine.
But I would imagine then some as well too, because I think he has that opportunity. But what a shock! No bar. Oh, Justin comes in top minute. There it is. Oh my word!
Nicely done to keep it open.
Nice solve with the dirty Tetris in column 5.
So again, apologies to viewers.
And the
about
T-spin.
oh yeah, that was electric there. Yeah, apologies to viewers about that slowdown earlier. That has subsided, so that should be okay. That may come in and out during the evening, but nothing too proud of it. There's another Tetris for Matt. 708 on 23 here. He's pushing it, Alex. He can feel it in his bones. He's got the momentum right now. He's going to take a 2-1 lead going into game number 4. Oops, gave it to the wrong person there. We got to fix that. Another Tetris there. Alex, if you could expound on, you know, that feeling, right? That feeling of euphoria that you get when, you know, you are edging out an opponent and you're able to surpass and then just kind of like try to take that victory lap if you can. You know, tell us how good does that feel when you're winning a close match like that?
Man, anytime it happens for me, I just feel like it's just a relief. It's like, okay, like you feel like that tension kind of drop a little bit. You're like, okay, I was able to put something up, or you know, I was able to keep this match going. You described it as euphoria, but I feel like for most rounds for me, the most I can feel is just like a sense of relief.
Well said there. Absolutely. I think these two players are relieved that game number 3 is coming to an end. We're going to go game number 4. Bidwell, go ahead and count it down for us.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. I'm going to count like we're going with the Nestor's champs. I feel you, King. We saw my PC perform in Hartford this weekend. There was some issues. I think a Windows update or some BS happened, and the camera started to get a little freaky, but it worked itself out.
Yeah, no, it'll work itself out shortly here. They're having a fan issue these days, so after tonight, I'll go have it taken a look at.
Confirmed King's computer has an OnlyFans.
Oh my word.
Oh Lord.
There we go. He couldn't help himself, Alex. He couldn't help himself with the puns here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like lack of fans potentially. So.
Oh, there'll definitely be a lack of fans if this keeps up tonight. Don't worry, they'll be flocking out of here on the channel.
But the good news.
Oh, go ahead.
We're about to go 4 for 4 here. Matt has done his part. Batfoy, once this line clears, there it is. So.
Yep.
And you know, you'd think, oh, well, they're not doing short games, therefore this must be a much longer time we're recording. But because of the lack of restarts, these are actually shorter sessions.
Yeah, they've kept up that consistency. We were on the same page. I was about to say like, oh, we've got a good start going here, and yeah, 4 for 4, all 100Ks. Matt's got a little bit of an interesting platform to dig down here, but I think they're going to just go to clean that up right away. only a few thousand points separating them. Very tightly coupled on Tetrises.
You've been in the scene for, the entirety of the 16-year history of CTWC. Do you have like a single moment match or just a moment in general that stands above the rest that you were a part of or witnessed in all those years in competitive classic Tetris?
Oh gosh, I feel like the longer I'm part of the scene, the more everything just kind of it's like an overwhelming amount of stuff that's happened in that amount of time. And I feel like I just keep on seeing more and more momentous things happen. So I can't easily pick out just one. I just feel like in both realms of the game too, we keep seeing momentous matches of rolling where the combined score between the winner and loser is just absurdly high. When you have like these 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 scores that are losing, it's like I cannot have imagined. And I also got to say, you just in the DAS realm too. Now that we have some of these DAS tournaments, watching people continue to put up these strong games with the old school playstyle. I think we're just going to keep on seeing huge matches.
Batfoy's built up a 2 Tetris lead here in the nearing 100 lines. Matt Martin has been slightly a little more skittish here, but I mean not enough to in danger of topping out or anything, but kind of a change of pace here from the earlier games.
Yeah, but even amongst all that, like, it's not been so messy as to keep them like that far back behind. I guess now they're down by Tetris or 2, Tetris and a half sort of situation, but they've been putting up some good scoring regardless.
Yeah, I mean, in the day, I like to reminisce about the old days, but 400,000 at 100 lines, that's pretty dang good, and nowadays anything sub 500,000 at transition seems to be a subpar game even for DAS players. And
right,
if I recall correctly, the first CTWC, I think Jonas won with like a 400,000 in that last game. So it's just the evolution. You put up the platform for people to compete, and they're just going to keep raising that bar and raising that bar. And every time we think we've reached a human limit, we always seem to find a way to overcome it. So maybe one day, 10 years from now, maybe level 39 double kill screen speeds will be overcome, and people will find ways to score deep into that. So I would not be shocked if that ever happened.
Yeah, there's definitely like mathematical limits that you start brushing up against the higher that you raise the gravity, but still, the fact that people are able to put up any amount of survival on 39 is pretty mind-blowing.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago we thought 29 was impossible, so it's just goes to show you. 100,000 point lead. This is a monster game for Batfoy. If he completes this Tetris into transition, he's going to have a 600,000 transition.
Yeah, it's tricky. Every time it felt like Matt was getting back into control to start putting up Tetrises, something else went like a little bit sideways. So he's definitely gonna have to put up a good 19 here to get back into the lead.
620 transition. I mean, rollers would be. Ooh. All right. Well, gets it over. So and
nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good lead.
Matt gonna take the double there. He's just gonna get his board health back. This was a chance for him to catch back up, and he still has that chance. One Tetris is available. Gets it.
Yeah, Batfoy responded really well to that situation. You have to sometimes just read really horizontally, see what you can do to get that single line out of the way as quickly as possible. Now he's back into a Tetrising position.
Matt also has to sacrifice another one, so he really did not get to catch up at all as Batfoy overcame that mistake. Definitely the best game of Batfoy's run tonight. and taking a little conservative there. Definitely at the level 19 speeds. You do not want to be messing around with dirty Tetrises and
Right. Yeah, he's got a little bit of time to try to shape his board little by little.
Because it's Nestor's champs and they can see their opponent, he knows he's ahead by 5 Tetrises right now.
Ooh, interesting overhang.
Gonna neck that down.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Matt Martin clean, but still behind over 100,000 points. Batfoy looking to clear out that row 2, does. And with a 3-line solve back to a normal board. I'm
Oh,
gonna jinx it here for Batfoy.
yeah. I'm seeing some of those just like little dash control moments. That's always a tough situation to be in.
Oh, overshift there with the T, and that's gonna do it. 779 finish. So Matt Martin looking for a 780. 1 Tetris and change will do it. You have 2 levels and plenty of time. Though you can't really line this out. You do need at least 1 Tetris. There that is. Now he can line out. He's going to do a style here.
Yeah, finishes it with 3 in a row. Tough. Yeah, that was a rough ending there.
Batfoy had it all the way, and you see why consistency matters.
Yeah,
more
those
Tetris on the
timing
board.
moments.
Not going to get a 916.
900.
So
Just another 900 for Matthew Martin right there. It's just keep adding to the stats machine. That man just tremendous consistency, man. I mean, if he can play like this at Jonas Cup, he would be very hard to beat without question. And the one thing, Alex, you'll notice that these guys just ready up right away. They don't wait around. They don't want any break. They just want to go. So we're gonna move on to game number 5. This one is yours. Count them down before we head to our halftime break.
All right, we got a 3, 2, 1 Tetris.
It seems that the PC needs a halftime break as soon as we get through this one, so well deserved, I'm sure.
game number 5. Thanks to Matt for letting us know. And gotta say, every game in a transition, I think Matt's 4 for 4 for 600,000. So just amazing consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting in the chat, Matt gives a suggestion. It might be a controller maintenance thing to check in on. Definitely you hear more about controller maintenance things on the rolling side of things because it's even more, I guess, crucial that your controller's responding to your thumb pressure and all of that. But definitely it's a good thing to check in on for DAS players as well, making sure that none of those like DAS control misshift situations are because of like a little bit of a D-pad gunk or any other like little like miscontact that'll cause it to misfire or hold longer than you wanted it to. Getting that stuff 100% is definitely another thing to keep an eye on if you're ever having trouble with the timing of things.
Definitely do that now, not the week before Jonas Cup, because it does take some time to test that result. You can clean that out, and then you put it back together and notice that you're getting double contacts or something as they come in.
Yeah, no, definitely great suggestions there from Alex Kerr, our living legend, Lifetime Achievement Award winner with Chris Bidwell here. But I think Matt was in reference asking about the controller, letting us know about the controller, is that I think he's giving the king his just due, because I sent him a fixed up controller. I cleaned one up because he was having his own problem with controller, as you guys kind of mentioned. And he's like, man, I don't know what to do. This controller is just kind of bummed out. I want to go see if I can find a new one. I said, bro, I got a ton of them that I don't even use. I said, I just got some new pads. I'm going to clean this one up. I'll send it your way. And that was right before we started. and look what it's done for him. He's thanking the king
Ah.
for the controller. You know, Batfoy had reached that. I probably should have sent him one too, right, to keep it kind of fair. But you know.
Got it. So he's saying that there's a vendor for wares here. We've got to talk to the king.
Yes. Yeah, because obviously those controllers aren't doing well for me these days. So why not give it to somebody else? And for the record, it was not one of the controllers that the king kind of gnaws on. Don't worry.
Oh, Batfoy's in trouble here.
Oh no. And we are past that 100k point. We're at 250k, so it's gonna be very crucial to dig this one down.
Why no? That's gonna do it. Matt's gonna take game 5. But that was the first time we didn't reach transition.
So Matthew, as always, you know the drill. If you'd like to mull this one out, you can go right ahead. I know he's looking for those 600k stats. We'll see if he wants to go further. But after this game number 5 comes to its conclusion, we will have our halftime break. We'll kind of give an analysis breakdown of what we saw in the first half. Let these guys do their fingers, restroom, hydrate, all that stuff. We'll take a commercial break, and then we'll get set for the second half of the show. So, yeah, a tough one there. I mean, Alex, you mentioned going into the last game that these two just played and how Batfoy was having this really great run on the 18 and into the 19. He just looked like he was so in control, and then it was just that one little dash slip up. You know, can you kind of walk us through like moments that you've had in pressure situations when that's occurred, and like what do you try to do to recover from something like that?
Yeah, it's tricky because when you've got your board suddenly not looking how you expect it, you've got your DAS, timing is going to be off for your next piece too. You kind of have a situation where you're used to it being charged a certain way, and then all of a sudden you've got to adapt to where it actually is at that point in time, or what the board is looking like. You're gonna have to hit the timing of moves that you're not used to. It's really tough, but you got to like really lock in on that timing, because one slip up can easily lead to another, and that's sort of what we saw in that game. It was like there was that one slip up, it was survivable, but if you have another one after that, then that's just going to send it spiraling out. It's tough. I think definitely it's just you got to fall back on that timing that and just do your best to get back in the saddle, right?
Absolutely. Lori H over on YouTube asking, is the controller legal? Of course it's legal. The king decreed it. Oh, Matt. And there you go, Alex. We were just talking about it, right? You saw that little shift, that 19 speed, that 19 speed, especially at that height, really is so hard. That one little shift messed him up, and no recovery at that height. So Matt will at least get a 500k there, Bidwell. So probably kicking himself because he knows he could have had a good 600. He was in that ballpark to definitely keep it going, but in the end, we'll end with 5, so we'll get that stat going. Good job by both players. They're really giving us their all tonight. Obviously, a little bit of a dud for Batfoy in this last one, but 4-1. That's a tough way to look at it. Players, go ahead and take your break, hydrate, do your fingers, restrooms, all that good stuff, and then we'll be back for the second half in a moment. We're going to head on over to our commentator scene and discuss with the guys here. It's the king of the restreams, along with Chris Bidwell, your Lifetime Achievement winner, and another Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Alex Karl, 2-time finalist at the World Championships. Guys, we started out pretty hot. We started out really hot with a couple of bangers there, and then this last one, a little bit of a fizzle from Batfoy. Bids, we'll start with you because you're the elder statesman. What have you seen so far from Bats? What do you like, and what do you think he needs to do for the second half?
He's keeping up, but he just can't quite get that last step, especially at 19 speeds. He's had that tremendous 620 in game 4, and then when that fell apart, then I think game 5 kind of got away from him. So it's just staying a half step behind Matt Martin, and it really doesn't feel like a 4-1 deficit. It doesn't feel like he's that far behind this whole series, but he is. It's just that half step difference.
Yeah, it's just been that whole way. It seems that first half, he's staying with Matt, but then Matt just getting that edge out, and then it leads us into the second half where he's got to really claw tooth and nail to keep it as close as he's been trying to do this whole season. Alex, you gave the keys to victory for Matthew. he's kind of taken them to heart, right? He's playing very strong. Those 800, 900K games, those are tough to beat, regardless if it's a DAS versus DAS match, even like a DAS versus a rolling match. What has Matt done tonight that has really caught your eye as he looks towards the Jonas Cup?
I mean, just really solid, consistent play. I mean, like, I don't think I've seen too many like misshifts. And in fact, there's been times where maybe you see a little weird move, but it's almost like a calculated situation where they realize that they need to make some adjustment, even if it means losing DAS for one piece, like based on what they see in the preview, to leave things open to get something over to the right. It'll be a little like weird, wiggle in the middle. Those moves have been really interesting. Sometimes maybe a little bit risky, but they've been making a lot of things work really well. And I mean, even some of the games where you'd say like, oh, like not this last game, but like the one before where Batfoy had that big lead. I almost felt like is Matt playing too aggressive here? But then you see in the end, it still ended up being a 900K game. Yeah, there were like little situations here or there where it's like losing out on Tetris efficiency. But over the course of the game, it actually worked out where some of that aggressiveness actually played out. I think I'll go back to the presentation at the beginning, the keys to victory. I think he's got to watch out for that aggressiveness to some extent, because that is where that weak point was kind of exposed. That's where those situations where Batfoy was able to pull ahead. But it's going to be a matter of Batfoy's endurance, because I feel like where we're seeing things kind of fall apart is Batfoy will put up a big, efficient lead. And I think that's where he can win those games, but you got to get all the way to 29, and that can be tricky. DAS is very timing reliant, and if you're just like a little bit off, you can see your game that you built up over the course of those hundreds of lines just instantly evaporate.
Indeed. So we'll see if Batfoy can maybe muster it up. He's done it before. He's come through. At least he can take 3 out of 4 to try to stay close. But Bidwell, we're running out of time. He can't afford to give any more. The magic number continues to be reduced. Can Matt get it down to single digits before the night is over? We're going to find out. But first, we'll take our commercial break. Guys can look at some slides, and then we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Gentlemen, I'll see you back after the break. Now, for those of you listening here on Twitch, it's probably because you have a subscription, so you're not getting the ad that's going on. Kudos to all of you for doing that, because when you have a subscription, you're helping to support the Classic Tetris World Championship channel. For those of you listening on YouTube, well, you can do what Lori H just said, which is that we've got all these people in chat. Hit that like button, because if you got the like button going, that lets other people on YouTube know that, hey, we got something cool going on. You guys want to see it? Goes right into that little weird algorithm thing that happens. And maybe we get more people coming, more people hit likes, and guess what? We got ourselves a friggin' big show. So if you're on YouTube, spam those likes, man. Hit that like button. Get more people in here. Help us support as well, too. You can use the super chats. King will read that out. I've got my YouTube chat open. I can see all of you out there. So chat away. Hit those super chats. Help support CTWC any way you can, of course. We also got a donate option as well in the YouTube and Twitch chat. Use !donate. You can also send money directly to CTWC to help fund some of the costs of what it takes to put on big productions, such as the Jonas Cup that you see right there, the DAS Championship that's happening October 17th to the 19th that these players are training, and a multitude of many others that will be there as well too. I don't know if Bidwell has returned from the break, but we did get a confirmation. Bids, if you're back, I can confirm that we will have someone, one of the old school players will be at Jonas Cup this year.
Oh.
I have it confirmed. It is definite. The flight is booked. He's trying to figure out lodging, but I know he'll figure it out. He's a smart guy. Matthew James Bucco will be at Jonas Cup. It's confirmed.
Yeah. It's my best Bucco. It's not very good.
Yeah, I have that confirmed. We also know that Swabar and Ben Mullen will be back this year. And I have it on good authority that Quaid will also be joining us once again. He was outstanding last year. We'll kind of talk about the Jonas Cup last year. With Alex, we'll talk about his run from 2024. But before that, we've got Super Chat. Hey, Bidwell, what a thing, right? I talk about Super Chats, and guess what? We got someone come through. Joshi _ wave. I believe you're a big supporter over at the CTM as well, too. So thank you so much. $4.99 Super Chat. Just using a little emote, dancing around. Thank you so much for helping support Classic Tetris World Championships. Say that, Bidwell. Imagine. You ask and you shall receive.
Friendly, how that works.
Also can confirm that Tetris Ranger will be at Jonas Cup. I saw him register today.
Let's go. Good seeing him and the family last weekend at Hartford. Always a pleasure to see them.
Yeah, looks like Chaotic Hazel will be joining as well. And I didn't know she played DAS. We'll see how that goes.
Well, she'll talk a lot about playing DAS. Let's see how well she actually does.
Indeed. People can talk a mean game, but certainly, you gotta back it up if you can. All right, ad break is over now from our Twitch side and YouTube. You get ads whenever. I don't run that stuff, but we are back now. We're getting set for the second half of the Best of 99. This is round number 8. We'll take a look at our heroes as they are getting their final warm-ups in. Matt Martin with the lead, 4-1. He needs one more win to take the night, as he has done many times over. Batfoy looking to try to delay the inevitable, because certainly Matt has been on a tear. The magic number is decreasing. It was 13 going into tonight. His 4 wins there, Mr. Bidwell, means we are in single digits. He is 9 away from winning the Best of 99.
So it is within reach next week. Let's play these last 4 tonight. And I heard what happened last week in the second half, so maybe the coach gave a rousing halftime speech, dump some Gatorade on Batfoy's head, and maybe he'll come back and win these next 4 in a row. It's certainly possible.
It's certainly possible. We have game number 6 about to get started. Bidwell, it is your turn. Let's count them down, my friend.
My turn in 3, 2, 1. Tetris, and yeah, the seconds were in proper sequence. So good job with the booting the PC back up there. Uh-oh. I'm running a little too far. He's going to have to go into the teens here.
Oh no.
And real quick, over on YouTube again, Lori H, as I mentioned, great supporter over for CTM, the monthly Tetris. I've seen her plenty of times. She's a moderator over there on the YouTube side. Over here, just watching, enjoying being a fan, and a member for 10 months. She's a Mino member. Well done, Laurie H. Yeah, we got to plug that more often about Mino memberships.
Well, that and modding over there, not the easiest job in the world. So thank you for that. That's definitely a thankless job. So we'll give our little thanks we can here while we can.
Absolutely. She says, for once, I'm not on my watch. Good luck to both, because I believe Laurie ends up, Laurie very busy, always working kind of odd hours and whatnot. Was able to catch this one tonight. Sometimes ends up watching these things on the watch. I think like one of those newfangled watches there. I'm an old guy, but I don't know how any of that stuff works.
I've seen Tetris watches. Watching TV on a watch that seemed kind of a Dick Tracy-ish, but I'm sure it happens, and I'm sure people get enjoyment out of those tiny little screens. But look at this, we are 6 for 6, 100,000 point threshold crossed once again. Go team! Has Lori been out to a live event yet? I mean, if you're that big of a super fan, it'd be nice to meet you in person. Hope we can get out one of these times.
Yeah, it would be really nice. Obviously, the more fans that we can get to go to these things, the more, the better. Builds a stronger community overall, and if you're somewhere up in the Northwest in October 17th to the 19th, you might be able to meet Alex Kataru Kerr if he's going out there. That'd be wonderful. It's an opportunity to meet a lot of people. Alex, let's talk about, while these guys are getting things going here for game number 6, let's talk about your run at Jonas Cup last year, 2024, right? I think, again, you didn't come back for the Best of 99 season number 4. Kind of took your break. You had your games put in for season 3. It was the most games you probably have ever played in that time frame. Coming into Jonas Cup, what kind of preparation were you putting in? What kind of practice or whatnot was being put in before the tournament, or were you? And then, how did you feel going into some of those matchups, knowing that you were facing a lot of tough competition there?
I will be honest. I was not playing. I was programming the cart, so I didn't really have a lot of expectations, but. I just, sometimes if you fall back on what you've learned over the years, you can put up a good performance regardless. I think it's just going back to fundamentals. I knew, I see the matches we're watching right now. I've seen, some of the players that I'd, go up against. I knew it was not going to be an easy scenario, but I just, try to play as consistent as I can. I think that's the most you can do sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. You had a couple of strong opponents. I know one of the matches I had the honor of calling was you and Oscar. Oscar had a very strong qual in his first session, and then he ended up playing you. I think you ended up winning a round 0 match, and then had to play Oscar in round 1. And it seemed like Oscar was the favorite going in, but you really gave a run for the money and got out to a quick 2-0 lead. I think he ended up taking the 3rd game, and then you wrapped it up in 4. So that kind of left you going into Sunday. And again, it sounded like the expectations maybe were not thinking, oh, I'll get there for Sunday. But then you face Scooty the next day, right? What talk about the aura that he brings to classic Tetris, and were you feeling kind of nervous about it? Because I know he certainly, before Jonas Cup, was saying that one of his life goals was to get to play you in a match, and he got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun match. I feel like any of the matches we're playing, Das sort of brings the playing field a little bit closer, but it really does come down to that efficiency and consistency. And so we'll be playing some of these new gen players that maybe are known for rolling or another play style, but they've got the chops. Anytime you're playing in Jonas Cup or anything, it's not like the old days. I think you got to be on top of that efficiency to put up wins. So yeah, it was a fun one. I was pretty happy with the performance.
What's that feel like to play against a player who wasn't even born when you were playing in the first CTWC in 2011? 2010.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't actually think about it too much. I feel like I'm kind of aware that the scene has got a wide range of ages. I was ostensibly the young one back at that point in time.
I was about to bring it up. You were the young one at one time, and everybody's kind of passed us all up. But another strong transition from Batfoy here, high 500s. Matt Martin dealing with a little bit of cleanup here, but he's behind several Tetrises. But I think the break has certainly helped Batfoy here. This is looking pretty strong 19 play.
Definitely, it's looking like one of those because he's shown he can put up those high efficiency transitions. To keep doing it, this is what he's going to need to try to get back into the set.
Knocks down another at 690 at level 21. Oh, huge square size gap for Matt Martin. He uncovers the roof.
Right.
But again, he's going to lose that much more pace because again now he's got a row 1 hole to deal with here, and Batfoy is cruising here.
Yeah, Matt was in a situation where it's like there might have been a solve that gets rid of it in one, but it can be tricky to find that on level 19 speed. And if you don't get it, then like what we saw happen, you've got holes all the way down. You're digging all the way and losing that runway. That's a tough situation. Oof, but the dash control, Batfoy's in a tricky situation now too. He's got
It's a
to make
line.
sure it stays open.
Give him the dang line game. Come on.
Triple over the top, but still not
Like
getting a
perfectly,
bar.
but it's so aggressive, and he doesn't fill it in. 769. This isn't over for Matt Martin. This is a long chase down.
Oh no, but he's at the
He's
top
gonna
too.
get it.
It's over.
All right, 4-2. Wait, what did we mention? Batfoy's had that strong second half last week, and it looks like he's starting a strong second half this week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Batfoy was doing the right thing. Like, because of where the hole position was, he had to keep on building up above the hole to keep it from being blocked. So he got those safety triples, but if you're not getting the right timing of either the bar coming to save you from your plight or being able to cleanly build up those safety triples above the fold, you're in danger. But I think it was well played. It was just that's how the seed fell this time.
Well, they're ready. They're ready for Game 7. So here we go.
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
Tetris.
I love the simul countdown, boys. That was great. Yeah, that last game, Matt did make mention, pretty droughty, which definitely you could see that. Unfortunately, we did not have that on this scene where we would have the drought counter implied. We could have seen how nasty of a drought that was, because that certainly did take at least a level and a half before Matt on 24 was able to get a bar, but he was already topping out at that point. So very nasty, but again, to Alex's point, a very strong level 18 there is what the catalyst was, and for Batfoy to kind of maintain that going into 19 and ride that as long as he could while Matt was struggling, that was the difference there. So good on Batfoy. He's looking to try to, as Bidwell said, reverse the curse here, try to take these next games one at a time in order to try to stay off Matt's inevitable win that could be coming very soon. As Bidwell said, next week, if things gonna fall into place for Matt, he could close it out in round number 9. We've seen these best of 99s get finished off right about then. I think last year was the earliest with Sharky and Jeff. Sharky, I think, closed it out in round number 8 with his massive lead that he had already accrued there. But for the most part, Jeff had finished off Ben and Alex in round number 9. I think Ben either round 9 or 10 versus Louis. So, we're right on the cusp here. It's all up to Batfoy to try to change the story and see if he can maybe hold off a little bit longer. It was the closest one we've had, and now things are starting to percolate.
Speaking of close, this match has been 7-point difference several times, and again, we're going back. Like, these two are playing pretty perfectly. It's those cheeky 7 press down points being the difference.
Yeah, finally we're seeing it drop off of perfect Tetris efficiency on Batfoy's side, but yeah, definitely still high scoring game.
Alex, if you know that your opponent is doing something like that, where they're having these cheeky push-down points, do you kind of respond back to that and try to match them with that, or do you just continue to play your own game and not worry about that?
Well, if I notice it, or if it gets called out in commentary or something, I'll put a few push-down points. Like if I've even called it out before, from the audience, been like push down when people are tied, and sometimes see it happen. So it's a small factor, but sometimes if you can do it, you might as well. Especially early on, like if you're tied, you don't want to win. If you simul top out or something, you don't want it to come down to that. So.
Weren't you part of the only tie, or nearly an only tie, in like a no next box competition? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was, and I was trying to push down, but it didn't register, so I did not win. Yeah, it was a no next.
I think that for the tournament organizer in me, I don't want to disqualify both players if there ever is a tie. Because don't delay us even more. We're already behind the schedule. But that's a little sadistic.
Or you can just count it as a win for both players, and there's one less
That's the
round to
fighting game
play.
win. Yeah, the fight in the fighting game community. Yep.
Yep.
But I can imagine the if let's say it was 2-1 in a best of 5 and there's a tie, then it would be 3-2 at that point.
Yeah.
And it would be a win. So there would be an uproar over that, but.
Yeah, you got it. Well, yeah, but if it's the first round, you can skip one, but otherwise you gotta keep going.
Right.
All right, so a couple of good things right there. Also, some activity happening to YouTube. Love YouTube tonight. You guys are great. We've got Laurie H. looking to try to maybe get to a live event. Needs to renew a passport, but certainly it could be in the cards there. Bidwell to kind of answer that question before. I did get a correction here on Twitch. Ninja did let me know that Alex beat Oscar in a sweep. So it wasn't even 3-1. It was a nice clean sweep there for you, Alex. And Joshi _ new wave let me know that I did say the name. I'm the first one to say the name. Oh no! Oh my god.
What happened?
Oh.
It looks like a spire.
Yeah.
Somebody thought to bust the bomb.
And it caught him by, you saw his reaction. Like, Batfoy is pretty stoic. You don't get too much of a reaction. That one left him speechless, so Matt's just...
Matt Martin needs 493 to take the knight here. Oh.
Setting up on the left side, potentially.
And that's real unfortunate, too, because you could tell, like, the momentum starting to shift for Batfoy. He was really looking good, and you'd hate to give it away like that. And here comes the Tetris.
All right.
Tough break.
There is number 5. That takes the knight again.
And the magic number reduced again, but we're down to 8 for Matt Martin.
It is getting near October. Magic numbers are starting to be a thing.
So back over to YouTube real quick as we were discussing that. Laurie putting out a challenge to our YouTube friends here, saying that we have 7 likes. If we can get 12 likes going, or 12 more, whichever interpretation is, she'll give out a YouTube membership. So for you guys out there on YouTube that are watching, hit that like button. You want a free membership to this channel. You get some perks along with that too, man. You know, especially nowadays, we are starting to look to enhance some of our membership programs to try to offer a little bit more for the liking. That is currently in the works. So yeah, take Laurie up on that offer. It means it's like barely any work. You just click a button that says, I like this stream. Click the button.
Just did it.
There you go. Bidwell did it.
You like this stream, right? You like the stream?
You
like the stream.
Just do it, right? I'm gonna throw some
Indeed.
hearts in there too, right? I'm throwing some hearts in the stream because I like hearts.
Matt going for a 600,000 here. The board's starting to fall apart a bit, halfway up the board. I don't know here. It's getting dicey.
600K.
Got it. So yeah,
Just got the 600K.
You know, it was eating him the last game because he had a stick at 500, so he really wanted to push to get that 6. Well done, GG's for Matt Martin, so he will win the night again. Now it's up to Batfoy to take these next 2. They are crucial for his survival to try to delay and maybe turn things around next week. Bidwell, the countdown is yours. It's game number 8.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
All right, we're underway here. So we did get the chance to get Alex experience from Jonas Cup 2024. Bidwell, let's get your experience. Obviously, you know, you attempted to qualify, right? It was nice to to watch you do it, right? Much like, you know, a few others like myself and whatnot. But let's get your experience as part of the crew and being able to commentate many of the matches, especially from the top 8 on. Give us your take on Jonas Cup 2024 and what do you expect to see for 2025?
I just, when we first talked about making DAS tournaments, it was kind of like a lot of the old guard were like, oh, hey, this is going to be our chance to shine again. We can show these kids what we can do. And frankly, the kids know how to stack Tetris pieces. The meme was that, oh, you can just play super fast and be extra aggressive. But to break the game, to get the colors, to do all kinds of crazy things that these players have been doing, their stacking prowess has to be off the charts, and that translates to the DAS game. So they performed. I think the old players were in quite a shock of how well the new school players were at the DAS play style, and it certainly showed. And I'm very proud of the crew that we got to go out to Germany based on that performance at the Jonas Cup. And frankly, our crew did pretty dang well out in Germany. 3 of our 4 players got into the top 4. So I don't know how it's going to end up this year with the Matcherino, but we're at least going to send 1 or hopefully 2 players out this time. And I kind of hope to repeat that. I want the Jonas Cup to be right there near the top of keeping this old play style alive in that historic building in Portland, Oregon, where we crowned so many champions for so many years.
Yeah, well said there, Bidwell. I think it's important to keep with the roots of what the foundations CTWC had really put forth, thanks to people like Alex and Jonas, to bring this about and make this esport truly remarkable and widening the community as a whole overall. So it will be a very exciting time at Jonas Cup. We've got another official game, Bidwell, so I know you're keeping close eye on that.
Yep.
So 1 more left to go before we have a perfect night. They have done it a couple of times already this season, so we'll see if they can do it 1 more time.
One last thing we haven't had tonight is a max out, so let's root for one of those in one of these last 2 games.
Now, let me ask Alex here, because obviously in Season 3, you came very close to having a max out live, right? Where you were right on the cusp of it, and there was kind of a hang of a long bar that, or it might have been a misshift of a piece that delayed you and inevitably not be able to get that. I think you finished with like a 977 in that game. Have you gotten any max outs since then? Have any of them been recorded? I know you said you haven't been really playing much, but in that span, I guess over the last 2 years, how many max outs have we been seeing from you?
Oh, gosh. We might. I'm trying to remember if I'm at lifetime 4 or 5, because I'm pretty sure that I got one like leading up to maybe that was CTWC 2024. I think I had like a new PB right before.
Yes.
That one. So I think I'm at 5 lifetime max outs. I don't play a lot, so I don't get a lot.
When was your first max out? Was it during or before the filming of Ecstasy of Order, before the first CTWC, or was it after that?
Oh, definitely after.
At Martin.
Oh no. Ooh, but he's getting out flats. Yep.
Using a little quick tap action.
That's a lot in a row of very, very clean moves. You got the pieces and the moves. Oh, and got the eye over to column 10. Good read.
We are so spoiled by watching our rollers handle these situations day in and day out at the top of the board that we forget how difficult this is at level 18 speeds for a standard DAS player. This is remarkable stuff.
Oh my word.
Perfect decisions all the way down. The exact moves that needed to happen. That was incredible.
But let's, speaking of incredible, Batfoy is at 545 at 117 lines. This is another potential 600,000 point transition. So let's finish this one out, Batfoy. Let's get that win. Let's get a max out here. Let's just do it all in this game number 8.
Alex, how impressive was that dash control and the maneuverability from Matt, the decision making that he has to make at that split instant, and just how remarkable is that to just watch, and the thought process that has to go into all those.
It's huge, like, because yeah, like you said, it's a lot of dash control. It's a lot of knowing when to do each quick tap. Also, some of those moves that were standing out to me was just like he knew exactly, like, okay, don't go too soon. Move this long bar all the way over to leave room for other pieces that'll give me an easier route down. Like, just yeah, crazy control, crazy patience to be able to get out of that too.
One of Batfoy's tendencies is building in the middle with garbage pieces, and it nearly cost him a game here, but he did just steer around it.
Yeah, it's looking good. He's still got that 100K lead.
Can ease up just a little bit.
He's not gonna.
Lead. I mean, he doesn't need to, but if it becomes a situation where earn or be aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
he can just ease off the gas ever so slightly.
Yeah, but no, nice stack shape. Getting Tetris ready, hitting them. Yeah, it's looking good.
Matt
Okay.
has chipped away slightly at this lead, but if Batfoy can maintain this efficiency, it's going to be hard for Matt to catch.
Level 23, lots of time left, 60 lines. Another Tetris for Batfoy, 821 at level 24. Matt Martin's staying with the same pace. He's although with the score increases, he is only behind 5 Tetrises now.
Interesting move from Batfoy. I kind of like it. I think it's going to work out. You just decided, rather than try to get that O piece all the way over to the left, you just let it drop right in the middle and decided to go for a little bit of burning. And now he's back in a position where not too far from being Tetris ready again. He's going to be able to start scoring in short order.
It's one of those situations where he could afford to do it. He's now back to 110,000 point lead at level 26, 895. Matt Martin's board's starting to fall apart here. Batfoy putting it together in game 8, knocks another Tetris. He's 3 away. 930,000. This is the game of the night for Batfoy. Stays aggressive. He's amino short. He stays aggressive again. Not taking the safety triples here. He's at level 27, 934,000.
Oh.
Of course, now he's getting droughted. Available, knocks it down.
Together.
One Tetris and change away for Batfoy from a max out. This will be his first of the series if he can do it. There's the 1,000,000 points. Let's go.
Nicely done.
Matt finishing out, though. This is what strong competitors do. They force their opponents to finish. They can't get the Tetris. Give Batfoy that number 3 for the night. Knocks out another one to get a 108.
Ooh, close. Almost 1.1 there.
I would have to say is okay. Didn't get Matt Martin's 1.1, but that's close to Sharky's mark from last year, is it not?
That actually. So wow. First of all, congratulations to Batfoy. First max out of the season. Couldn't come at a better time, baby. What an impressive performance. And to answer Bidwell's question, that score of 1,082,000 has actually surpassed Jeff's score of 1,080,000, which was at one point the all-time record. Sharky, his high was 1.06. He was not able to get past Jeff's score. So now Batfoy moves into second place all-time for highest score in the best of 99 behind Matt's 1.1. Oh my God, Bidwell. What else can we see, man?
I think there's one thing we haven't seen, but let's get this game 9 underway.
Indeed. Oh my God. What a way to start closing out this night. We're going to have ourselves a fantastic finale. Alex Kerr, you are our special guest this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. The honors will be yours to count down this final game number 9.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. incredible. Yeah, I think this is what we want to see. I think we want to see Batfoy start to get his snowball going. He's getting the momentum. I think he can start to put up some good games. Hopefully keep this one to another 5-4 finish, and then see what he can put up in the nights to follow.
And a couple of things here real quick. We got our friend Mean Gene is in the Twitch chat tonight. Good to see you, Gene. Says, I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell. Max out, let's go. Love seeing that. We got Sky Loves also here in the chat. Barrett is here. Good to see you, Barrett. And yes, we did get quite a number of likes over on YouTube. Thanks to Lori H on that. So Lori's come through, has sent one Class of Tetris gift membership to Gilfrom CC. There you go. Gilfrom CC. Congratulations on receiving your gift membership, Lori. Thank you so much for doing that. You are truly a great supporter of Classic Tetris. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We really appreciate that.
It's always nice when we go to these live events and people, I meet new people that come out for the first time. It's like, I've been just watching you guys on YouTube for years, and it really is a treat. I mean, we always hang out with each other at these events, and getting to know fans, not just players, is quite the treat. It kind of motivates you to keep going. It's nice to know that we have an audience that appreciates what we do. So guess what, guys? 9 for 9. Perfect. No false starts tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, Alex knows exactly all about that. He and Jeff had some of the best of 99 games as far as openers were concerned. Some of the lowest false starts in history. So well done. Consistency is just getting better and better and better each season as we have these great players join in. And certainly I like to ask questions like this. I asked Vince this last week, so I'll ask both of you this week. I asked Vince, I said, if we're looking back at the golden age, the golden era, back basically I call CTWC 2010 to 2018, that range there. If there was a player that you would love to see come back and participate at Jonas Cup that has not been around in quite some time, who would that person be? So we'll start with you, Bidwell, first.
It came across my feed the other day, Josh Tolles. I know he came back for the 15th anniversary, kind of the Legends night. I'd love to see him hit a Jonas Cup again. I think everybody be pleased as hell to see him again, and be a fun hang for the younger ones.
What about you, Alex?
I'm still thinking a little bit, but I think that's a really good answer. Whenever Josh comes out, that's always a good time. I think the thing that comes to mind, like at first instant, is just that we haven't heard from some of the gals for a while from Exit Secret Order. We haven't heard from Dana or Jesse too much, and I think that'd be interesting. I know that Dana has made I'm trying to remember which year she made another appearance, but it's been a bit, so be interesting to hear from those gals again at some point.
Yeah, last time Dana came out to an event was 2019.
Right.
She did come out to Portland. I remember meeting her for the first time. We were standing in line together, and the first thing she told me was, "Why is this effing line so long?" that was the first thing she told me, and then obviously, she was very happy to be there. She said, "I just want to try and see." She wasn't keeping up with the game as much, but she kind of knew that the scene had grown and was getting harder and harder to get in. So I know she did not qualify in the top 48 that year. So, but it would be nice, right? It would be a little bit nostalgic to try to have someone like that come out. I had posed to Vince maybe like, Bo Style or maybe the Steins would be people that would come out. It would be nice to see Chris Brady. We saw him at Philly, right, Bidwell? So, par for the course maybe that we could see some of these people maybe look to try to return for Jonas Cup. So if you're one of our veterans, one of our legends that are coming out, Matthew James Bucco, as mentioned, said he's coming. He's booked his flight already, so he'll be there.
Matt Martin.
As Matt, a little bit of a issue here. We'll see how we can get that out. But if you're one of those legends that are listening, watching along, and you're thinking about it, we're only a month away. Jonas Cup is 1 month from today. October 17th to the 19th at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Hope to see you there.
Speaking of gals, Stacy, remember her? She came out in
Oh,
the
yeah.
2018, 2019 era. She was a max out player, I believe, as well. Damn good.
Mhm.
Which
Yeah, she had one of my favorite matches. She played Chris Brady in 2019, and they went to a decider. Back then, the deciders were best of threes, so you know, uh, it was really good. It was a really great match. They killed it.
a little low on the transition score, 431 for Batfoy, and Matt Martin is about to transition 448, so he's ahead by a half Tetris here. They're surviving, that's the important part, but a little lower than expectations going into this part.
Yeah, there was an interest. That mess was interesting. My eyes were glued on Batfoy's field, so I didn't see how that developed. But Matt did a good job of getting out of it pretty cleanly and getting back into a scoring position for as crazy as it was looking. But maybe the pieces are just not what the competitors are currently expecting. They're getting some weird situations where they feel like they're constantly digging.
These are the old school fun games, like back when when this was burgeoning as a sport. A lot more games were like this, where players were competing to get out of holes like this, and it's kind of fun to watch in its own right, rather than classic, clean Tetris. It's a little more drama here.
Mm-hmm.
Nitro says, "If we get another 5-4, I will laugh." Well, you're a boisterous fellow who likes to laugh quite a lot, so that's very well may happen here. But this lead is growing for Matt Martin. He's up 100,000 points, so if Batfoy was going to get into this, he needs to get this clean yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like he was making a sort of play toward a center well, but it kind of developed into a triple, and those triples are important too. Getting triples rather than a bunch of singles. If you have to burn some lines, and then getting it as a triple is at least like a little bit of a scoring boost.
Well, Batfoy's back in scoring position. He's behind 150,000 points. He's 3 Minos short. He's going to stand that up. He just can't get over there, guys.
Yeah, it's fighting. The sequence is pretty rough.
All right.
Okay, but nice burn sequence to get it back and hit a Tetris.
But yeah,
well played.
162,000 now. Matt Martin handling the post-19 slightly better here.
Yeah, it's a tricky sequence. I feel like every time that Batfoy tries to set up for the most efficient way to do some sort of spin or tuck, it gives him the other piece. It's just not been cooperating.
Oh, the squares again. He's going to top out. All right, Matt. You have the win, number 6 tonight. You've got a level and a half to go. I don't think a max out's on the board here. But mulling this one out. And as we see him shaking his head, he's not going to get it. But fantastic night overall for Matt Martin. But about is it another 7 or 8 games that passed 600,000 tonight? So just top-notch play. Batfoy with his first max of the series, getting the second best all-time score. But Matt is just a machine, just 600 after 600, transition after transition, just a consistency machine. And it's not over just yet, but Matt Martin does have a chance to take the entire series next week with 7 wins. Or 6 now. Oh, King will have those numbers for me. It's possible.
I'll have the numbers for you. Yeah, you were right in the money. 7 for next week if he can do it. But, wow. You know what, gentlemen? The score line doesn't really indicate exactly how this night went. It was a banger. Lots of great games, lots of transitions, lots of big scores. The first max out for Batfoy all season. That certainly makes him feel better because now he doesn't have to be on the Ben Mullenschneid of not getting a max out, right? Ben and Alex are the two that never got a max out on Best of 99. So that's one thing he's got over you, Alex, now, right? It makes him feel better. Oh, my word. But there you go. Matt Martin, 6-3 win over Batfoy tonight. Let's ring the bell, Charlie. All right, we'll head on over to a winner's scene so we can congratulate yet again. 7 out of 8 rounds we've gone to this scene because he's either won 7-2 or 5-4. Tonight is the first time he's done it 6-3. Matt, the magic number going in tonight was 13. He's got 6 wins. Round number 9 has been the one that many others, like Jeff, have been able to close it out. Can Matt join him in that arc and finish Batfoy once and for all? We will see. Stay tuned for next week. That will be a huge round number 9. Congratulations to the virtuoso, Mr. Matthew Martin. His arc to Jonas Cup continues as he looks for the redemption that he sorely wants. Congratulations, my friend. So there you go. Oh, Bidwell, we didn't catch you napping, man. Come on. Damn it. I was waiting for this. Usually he's like this, and he goes, yeah, like that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, we all got a nice little rocket chair here. We can all just rock back. But
I'm going to kayfabe and Brady Bunch and look over to my my good friend Alex. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, whether broadcasting or in real life, or it's an honor.
You got to turn the other way, Bidwell. You got to turn the other way. there you go. There you go.
Oh, you got me backwards? Oh, okay.
There you go.
And then we got to look up at Kingsman.
I got to look down. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on, guys? Hey, what's up? But yeah, no, listen, what a great night this was. Some really great games. Alex, you got to see Batfoy get that max out. We got to see, again, dominance from Matt Martin overall. Again, the 6-3 scoreline doesn't really tell the full story, but when you look at the games played and the finish line of the scores, that will really give you a sense of how this best of 99 has been all season long. So, Bids, let's get your take on the night overall. What did you like, and what are we looking forward to for next week?
Well, off the schneid for Batfoy with max outs, Matt Martin is kind of dominating now, so I think his goal, let's get that max out count up. I think that passing up Jeff, I think that needs to happen in these next 3 weeks, so that would be my goal if I'm Matt Martin.
Absolutely, yeah. He is tied with Jeff for the most max outs, second most max outs in a best of 99 season. Obviously, Sharky with the 17 last season. No one's catching that at this point.
No, I don't think so.
No, I mean, 3 more rounds. Mathematically, yes, it could happen, but it'll be very difficult. Alex, what a night we got to see. Your insight, impeccable. I think your presence here really fueled the players a little bit more. What are your thoughts for Batfoy going into next week? And can he try to maybe stave off and try to delay the inevitable, it looks like?
Yeah, I mean, I know the longer these go on, and the closer that your opponent gets to passing that line to win, the more it can feel like, oh, this is inevitable, like this is staving off this or that. But at the same time, not really, right? Like there is that possibility that you can keep on putting on some wins, and we've seen it be so close. Like you said before, the stat line doesn't really give you the indication of the types of scores or like how well both of the players are playing in each of those rounds. It's a whole number point awarded one way or the other, but I think Batfoy has been putting up some huge competition if he keeps going the direction that he's been going, getting that max, getting those high transition scores. It's just that little bit of extra edge, I guess, in terms of either the dash control or, the adjustments have been really good, but, those like few moments where sometimes they go a little bit awry, if you can clean some of that out, I think he can, put up some good wins. And, I don't know what the total will be, but I think he can try to make it a hard one for Matt.
Yeah, we'll see if Batfoy can come up clutch and do that, make it a little bit harder for Matt to close it out. The magic number now reduced to 7 with those 6 wins from Mr. Matt Martin. Potential closeout next week. Folks, it's been a wonderful ride. We are getting to the end. The final 3 weeks of the best of 99 are upon us. The Jonas Cup, 1 month away. So if you haven't done your due diligence and you need to register, Well, do so. Go to our Discord. We have the details there, and one of the announcements will also have an updated announcement of the schedule and whatnot. So, Bidwell, I want to give a nice little treat to the people that are watching, those stalwarts on YouTube and here on Twitch and all the other platforms that have joined us tonight. Let's give them a little treat, right? Can we announce it? Can we announce it, Bidwell? Let's announce it, right? Nice little surprise for Jonas Cup, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So, folks, last year's Jonas Cup, we had a gold 48 bracket. The best 48 made it in to try to become the first ever Jonas Cup champion. Well, due to high demand, we want to make sure a lot more people can play. We will have a silver bracket will take place at Jonas Cup. So your top 48 will still make the gold and become the Jonas Cup champion. But there will be a 32 silver player bracket. We'll announce that this week with more details to come on a few other things. But, in order to make it happen, right, Bids? We got to get you to get there. We need people to register. So start registering now. Get those slots because guess what? That Saturday slot, I bet you, is going to fill up real fast now. So, we got Friday. We got 2 qual sessions on Friday at 3 and 5 o'clock local time. We've got the 10 a.m. on Saturday. 3 qualifying sessions. We got about up to 50 stations, Vince says. So we can take up to 150, but can you be the lucky one to be either 48 gold or 32 silver? Well, we're going to have to find out, man. That's going to be tremendous. So, wow, there you go. Got a little sneak peek on that, folks. So, for the king of the restreams, for our Lifetime Achievement Award winners, Mr. Alex Katarukar and Christopher Bidwell, thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been fun. Alex, we got to get you back on more like this, man. I love your commentary. I think people love hearing your thoughts on the game and analysis. So, we got a couple more rounds, man. I'll give you a call.
Yep, you know how to get a hold of me, so. Absolutely.
Bids, I'll see you next week, buddy. Maybe
Sure.
maybe I'll give Ben a call. We'll dust him off with mothballs, right, and get his ass in here.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's have some Mullen action while Mullen's watching. Let's Inception that.
I need my CT2 team. I need my Bidwell and Mullen team. Let's go. All right, there we go, folks. That is it. Get your mind out of the gutter, monthly Tetris, you rat bastard. There you go, folks. That's the end of this episode of the Best of 99. Again, always thanks to the players, Batfoy and Matt Martin, for your continued efforts to continue to be here week in and week out, right? Because without you guys, there is no Best of 99 this season. So thank you so much for that. Again, thank you to both our Lifetime Achievement Award winners, Mr. Chris Bidwell and Mr. Alex Katarukar. Great commentary from both all evening long. We'll do it again soon. And thank you to all the viewers. Again, thank you to our friends on YouTube. Lori H, you were tremendous getting all those likes for us. That was really wonderful of you. And then giving out a membership tonight. That's how we do it, folks. You got to spread the love in order for these things to continue. Takes a lot of people. Thank you to Joshi again. Joshi Purueso, baby. Thank you for your super chat. And for those of you that are subscribed to this channel on Twitch, thank you again for all your support. The king is done. This episode is over. I'm going to send you on to our classic Tetris 24/7 channel. And Bidwell, I guess maybe people might actually enjoy it over there this time because we've lowered the ads that are going out over there. So maybe more people will stick around. We've lowered the amount of ad breaks that are happening. So maybe you'll get more gameplay. You might actually watch 2 games. Right, you might be able to watch 2 games before the ad breaks kick in. So head on over there. We'll see what is cooking. Thanks to Ninja for resubscribing on this channel. 30 months of the Ninja of Ninjas. You are awesome. Folks, that's it for the king. I'm done. The court is adjourned. It is 2024 Montreal happening over there right now. So you can relive that one. That was one of our best regionals we've ever had. So. Very excited. Mr. Kiswung, I'll see you in Jonas Cup. I'll see you there, Marty. For all of you, have a good night.